What's good, YouTube? Dmgaming, y'all. Look, man, I'm on lunch break, man. I'm going to pick up the missus. Again, I'm always in my car for some reason, man. But y'all, so we got we didn't get the trailer yet. We got the cover athlete, which is Terrell Owens for the Hall of Fame edition of Madden NFL 19. Go check my Twitter, y'all. I told y'all, man. I told y'all we was gonna get some we were gonna get some kind of information, y'all. We were gonna get a cover athlete. I was hoping a trailer too by today, which we got the cover athlete, so I can't complain about that. And it does tell you a little bit about the game. So the cover athlete, Terrell Owens, in the Cowboys uniform. Now, last time Terrell Owens was on the cover of a football game, it was NFL 2K5. And he was in the Philadelphia Eagles uniform. Chris, I know you happy because you got a cowboy on the cover. However, Terrell Owens, just like his career, went from great to mediocre. Yeah, in my Stephen A voice. It went from great to mediocre. Because how can you be on the cover of NFL 2K5, one of the greatest, if not the greatest NFL football game to ever graze a gaming console, and then turn around and be on the cover of Madden? Y'all, you already know they leading heavy with mud. Mud is that's their baby. That's their bread and butter. I'm not here to talk about mud, because I don't give a you-know-what about mud. What I care about is franchise mode. And what did they have to say about franchise mode? They said a new and improved connected franchise mode. However, the only details we're getting right now is archetypes. Yes, archetypes. Something that has already been in Madden before. Remember back then on Madden on PlayStation, what, 2 or 3? You had the archetypes. Underneath the possession receiver, he had the possession logo. Underneath the one cutback, he had the little squiggly mark against the bulldozer. He had the brick wall for the O-line. Y'all, archetypes is not anything new to Madden. However, I gotta watch to see if a car coming, y'all. However, I am interested to see how they will make that play out in Madden 19. Will they actually make it mean something? Because technically it should. How would that affect the game? How would that affect bringing players on? Is this just or is this just one of those things where kind of like practice squad, it's like, yeah, it's there, but nobody really pays attention to it? Or like free agency, how, now they did change free agency to where the players really wouldn't even sign with you if you didn't meet their demands, in a sense. But prior to that, it was like, they give you the schemes, they give you the player types. Like if the receiver is a balance, a speed back, all of that stuff has already been in the game, y'all. It's in the game right now. It's just not out to the forefront, like I assume they're going to do it with 19. And also, you can look at your play style, that player's play style, and that determines if you have a bar that tells you if it's in the green, then yeah, it's a good match. And that player is more likely to sign with your team. Y'all, that's already in Madden. I'm sorry to bust any bubbles, but that's already in Madden. And people just ignore that, man. You just shell out cash and sign them, and you play with them however you want. So what's going to be important in Madden 19 for franchise mode with the archetypes is, how are they going to make it so that this matters? You know what I'm saying? One way that I feel they could do it is with the speed of the offenses. If you're trying to run an offense that's based off of speed, and you got a bunch of possession receivers, you got a bunch of trucking running backs, you know what I'm saying? Then that could throw off the timing. But then in the same sense, your plays won't be as effective. So they could have some things implemented to where, if you want to run the West Coast offense, which is a speedy type of offense, you got to have a good quarterback, a mobile quarterback in that, that if you have a bunch of slow pokes, that is going to throw off the timing, that those plays that are designed to be quick and effective won't be as effective. I can see that working perfectly if they do that. EA, are you going to do that? Because then at that point in time, archetypes becomes extremely important. It becomes out to the forefront of Madden NFL 19. If I do say so myself in my Stephen A voice, but I have to digress. EA will surprise me if they do that. If they do that though, y'all, archetypes will be a very good feature, because now it's going to matter what types of players you have on your roster. It's going to matter what type of game plan you plan on running. If they do that to where it matters. And let me reiterate that again in case anybody missed it. If EA makes it to where if you have, say, a West Coast offense that's a quick-hitting offense, that's designed off of slants and things like that, very quick-hitting offense. If you have that type of offense, but you have possession wide receivers who are slow and not good at running routes, if you don't have a mobile quarterback and in a one-cut back type, those are things that are effective in a West Coast offense. If you don't have those things, if you have the opposite of those things, the opposite of those players, that it should throw off the timing of that offense, that those plays won't be as effective. If they make that into the game, then archetypes will mean something. Then archetypes will matter. Then I'll pay attention to it. Now, really, y'all, that's the only details they're giving us on franchise mode right now. Aside, they're just saying that it's a new connected franchise mode. I hadn't seen anything on Long Shot Season 2. Hadn't seen anything about a Superstar mode. I'm starting to think that Long Shot Season 2 isn't going to be in the game, because if it is, that's something they probably would have led with. You see what I'm saying? But they didn't. And not to say that they couldn't announce it, but I don't know. Now, as far as Superstar mode, I don't think that's going to be in the game. However, I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. The reason I don't think Superstar mode is going to be in the game is because in Connected Franchise, you have it to where you can play with a single player. That's part of Connected. That's why they call it Connected Franchise, because you can play as the coach, single player, and the team or the owner. You get what I'm saying? It's all connected. I can quit one and pick up right where I left off. So I don't see them implementing a Superstar mode into the game. However, with the single player mode, they could implement Superstar-esque features. Like if I'm playing as a Superstar mode if I'm playing in the Connected Franchise mode as a single player, to determine my stats and attributes, I could have to say go through certain drills and things like that. They could very well implement that in there, which would be really cool, and they could still call it Connected Franchise. I would really like that, because then you have your Superstar mode in a sense, or rather you have more control over it. You see what I'm saying? And that's what they're talking about, having more control over Connected Franchise, and that could give you more control instead of just picking, oh, I'm a first round pick, or I'm this, I'm that. Actually give you the control to, say, run drills and things like that to determine your stats and attributes, as well as where you're drafted. We could see that as well. The release date. Wow. If you get the Hall of Fame edition, it releases on August 7th. The regular edition releases on August 10th. Y'all, Madden normally releases the last week to the week before last, but around the last 2 weeks of August. So for this game to release around the first week and a half of August, that says a lot. It says a lot. It says something good and it says something bad. It says something bad in the sense that it didn't take them long for the game. I told y'all the game was already finished. Now you see that with them already giving you an early release date. EA Access, I think that's normally a week ahead of time or 3 days before. Normally if the game releases on a Tuesday, EA Access, you can play it that weekend. It's normally like 4 to 5 days ahead of time, something of that effect. So I don't know what days they'll do with EA Access. With the game releasing so early, I'm wondering if they'll still even do an early access. Well, they already said they would. So I'm assuming it'll be the first week of August, that weekend or whatever, something like that, which is really cool. But on the bad note, I mean, perhaps there's no Long Shot Season 2. Perhaps there's not even a Superstar mode, which gave them more time. Why are they releasing the game this early? I'm not complaining. I'm happy that they're releasing it early. We're getting our hands on it early. We don't have to wait as long. However, it's different. It's different. It's definitely different. First of all, they released the cover athlete later than they ever have. And second of all, they're releasing the game earlier than they ever have. So, I don't know, y'all. This Madden is already throwing us for a bunch of loops. So, it's going to be very interesting to see what they are planning planning with this game, y'all. I got to get to where I'm going, man. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Turn on notifications and follow us on Twitter, y'all. We active, bro. We some of the most active Madden community on social media, man. And unlike some of these big time Madden YouTubers, y'all, we talk to our people on Twitter. We talk to our people in the community in the comment section of the videos and stuff like that. So y'all, please keep your eyes and your ears close to the ground and follow us. Turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing. Till next time, thanks for watching, y'all, and God bless.